into a map that you have not won on.
Right.
Well, we have a ban on Muradin once again coming here out of Arthalon. Now, we're going to switch over the ban screen. My bans are...
I like this. I like this. And I know that SMG is going to be playing some mind games here. If you just sort of look at the situation, Muradin was banned out just to allow for the Nazeebo play. This might allow, or you might have Wildfire thinking, okay, they're definitely going to go Nazeebo. Let's start designing a team around Nazeebo, and then SMG's going to say, nah, we're not going Nazeebo.
It's a forced play, really. Like no matter what, even if they go for the Nazeebo ban, or they ban Kerrigan, that's quite interesting.
Yep.
To ban Kerrigan,
which of course allows SMG to get the strong pickup of Tychus. Tychus is bad in no team comps. He's just an incredibly solid hero. Probably him and Arthas. You could argue maybe Falstad, but those guys are right up there. Top strongest heroes right now in the meta. We see, so Tychus first pick for SMG. Wildfire is going to be then following up with Arthas Falstad. Bam, it's just like I said. Top heroes right here. 3 of them picked. First 3 for both teams.
And having my friends list open is actually ruining my overlay. I was like, what is going on? And there we have it fixed here. We can see Arthas Falstad on the right for ESV Wildfire, and Tycho is going to be played here on the left side here for Symbiote.
Okay, so if you have a good inkling that they're going to be going for a Nazeebo composition again, what do you change? And wow, they do it. They show it very early. We see SMG following up with their second pick as Nazeebo, and Valo right behind that just to get extra DPS. So they are all set in terms of damage output, and they have 3 very, very strong heroes in terms of that damage output. Curious to see what tank they're going to go. Arthas already been taken. I don't know how strong or how confident Glaurung is on Chen. I'm sure he can play him very well. It's just a matter of how well he feels, or how strong he feels in competitive. And yeah, we'll have to see what Wildfire follows up with. They're obviously going to need to have some heroes with a little bit more stun. Arthas and Falstad have none of that, unless you decide to go Aerial Blitzkrieg. Very uncommon pick, though, for Heroic. I don't think that's going to be the case here. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will see for sure. I mean, this is... Nazeebo Vala is it's just so much range DPS available there on that team. And like you said, in terms of lockdown options... I mean, Stitches didn't work for them, and we're not going to see Stitches again because we already have Arthas here. But
that's I mean, it's not really that Stitches didn't work for them. I will say that Nazeebo wasn't even necessarily game breaking.
It wasn't the
problem. Last one.
It wasn't necessarily the problem, but it could have been.
Yeah,
the problem.
Sure.
It's not that the threat wasn't there.
So I won't say that taking Stitches is a bad idea because it wasn't necessarily a determining factor of that game. They were just SMG. As a whole, sort of outplayed Wildfire. There wasn't any one hero that you could point to say, this guy was a problem. Each team fight seemed to come down to a different player in SMG playing really well, taking up most of the damage, so you can't really point any fingers and say, that's why we lost this game. No, it was sort of just overall being outplayed.
Well, Wildfire is really thinking this one through. It's been a few minutes here since Nazeebo Vala was picked. Now the screen has only just recently shown. Corey is saying 30 seconds. As the draft must continue, and well, there's just so much range DPS again. The triple range DPS.
Glaurung being a real jokester here.
Uther, Tassadar are going to be the picks. 2 really, really safe picks. I mean, you pair Arthas with Uther, and it's just darn near impossible to drop that combo. But
still, they're putting a lot of pressure on Uther to deal. It was Nazeebo.
Immediately Stitches Malfear. Not even a second of hesitation. SMG rounds out their roster. They're going for that route again. I almost guarantee you that they go for Tranquility and not Twilight Dream in this game. Stitches replacing Arthas in this scenario, so it's not going to be the same thing, but you have to consider the synergy of the hook and the root as well, because what I like to say is spit them out on my lawn. Whenever I'm playing Malfurion and you're playing Stitches, I'm like, eat them up with Gorge up one enemy that you hook or whatever, and you just walk them back, and you throw the Entangling Roots down, and you just spit them on the lawn. They get stuck there, and they get picked off in a pretty quick fashion.
So the final pickup for Wildfire was Sergeant Hammer.
Wow,
but I'm scared. I'm so scared for Wildfire. They have very little CC, very little utility to deal with Nazeebo. If there's going to be any MVP of this game from SMG, I gotta say Nazeebo is there, and it's going to be so difficult for Uther to get in there to deal with it. If he just finds that nice spot over the wall, it's like he has to take Divine Storm. I mean, of course he's going to take Divine Storm. It's clearly the better heroic in this situation, but he has to take the upgrade at level 20 to give it that extra range. He has to take Sprint. I mean, you're just putting a lot of pressure on Uther. Of course, Sergeant Hammer has the knockback, but you just don't want to put Hammer in the situation where he has to jump all the way across enemy lines to deal with Nazebo. He's just going to get killed really fast. So
it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. This is so unorthodox compared to what we've been used to seeing. Seeing Nazebo versus Hammer, that's like, the patch didn't really affect those two heroes, but it affects the other heroes in a way that might have brought them into
I'm loving this. Yeah. I am loving this.
Kubi,
it's great.
Kubi's happy to see the Hammer. But Kubi, why don't you introduce us to
absolutely,
SMG?
absolutely. So for SMG, we have Glaurung on Stitches playing the tank role, Arthlon on Vala. Soldier is going to be playing Nazebo this game. Mad Furion. Mad Furion. Mad Timmy will be playing Malfurion for the support role, and KO on Tychus.
On the other half, the map, Pickles will be playing as Arthas in this map. Typically, that is not actually the case, so he's not typically their tank player.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Pickles here playing the tank.
Yep.
Falstad will be played by Wargreymon. Poom, Rock, and Tassadar, typically their tank player. Hammer being played by Bims. And who did I miss?
We're sorry.
I missed one. I missed one. Let's get into the action, though, and take a look at the talents that have been picked up at this point.
All right, so going to be completely honest with you, nothing too crazy. Some things up for contention. Stitches, that's Glaurung, of course, going to be going for a slam build. That seems to be pretty popular. They did make some changes this last patch to the trait, which is a good chunk of his DPS output. That's also not surprising. Actually, I didn't even mention this. Hammer is super strong on this map, and you can see exactly why right here. Just the position that he's able to siege up in. I would actually prefer to see him a little bit closer to the left side of this position so that he can throw those mines over the wall. It makes it so hard to dive in on Hammer, just because if you want to get to him, you have to eat 6, maybe 9 mines if you have it timed up properly. That's so much damage, and it's really difficult to deal with. They're going to be getting a ton of push out of this.
Oh my goodness, the hook and the zombie, the perfect combo! The second you say it's going to be difficult for them to get this shrine, SMG says, Kubi, we're going to prove you wrong each and every time you doubt us, and they get the kill immediately.
I like all of what I just saw. It's smart. It's super smart to put Stitches up against the Hammer in this situation, because that really is the only solid way that you're going to be able to deal with this, and it puts them at a really nice advantage. They could even take, if Arthlon puts up enough pressure onto Iacona, they could take the Dragon Shrine here, and Wargreymon is going to fly up. That's really risky, though. He's going to be taking a ton of damage from Arthlon. And he backs out.
We have Soldier coming down. This is a really, really bad spot here for both Bims and Wargreymon. Soldier with the support of the team here. But all 3 shrines, or all 2 shrines, are still here capped for SMG. Iacona doing a good job stalling. He's going to be able to continue to stall here.
Oh, wow.
A nice wall, though, coming in here. The grenade's not going to be able to knock him back. Oh, he does fall back towards the stun, and the Dragonite has been taken.
Really, really nice job. I mean, basically, it seemed like Wildfire they were filing people in one by one just to try to interrupt to deal with that shrine, and they were taking so much damage. Each person that came in, Arthlon and Soldier were just like, okay, we'll just drop some spells on you, take you down to about quarter health. You gotta leave. Maybe even if you mess up a little bit, we're gonna get a kill here. So, very, very solid play from SMG just to rotate out those spells that they have off cooldown to deal with this, put up enough pressure, and they were able to capture the Dragon.
Some pretty standard stuff here, making sure they soak all 3 lanes. They actually did increase the amount of experience you get from the minions, so making sure you soak all 3 lanes as often as possible
that's a really good point
is a crucial thing to do. That's why you're not seeing them all just rush with the Dragonite. They took out the towers, they got the experience there, they move up to the top.
Of course, not only that, like you were saying, there is more experience available for each team for soaking the lane. Not only that, but they can take the towers too and get experience from that, because they Blizzard distributed the experience in each lane from not just the fort or the keep, but also to the towers that are surrounding it as well. So it makes sense for each team just on the Dragonite, especially the first one where it's a bit weaker. They can go in, take that first set of towers, walk up to the next one. If you can take both, that's great. I mean, look at the position that they're in right now. They're just about a level lead up, a little bit more.
Yeah, a little over a level lead. Like you said, they got the 1 kill, they got the 4 towers. I mean, it's really a nice start here. Actually, let's take a look at the bottom lane. 5 towers, almost 6 towers here. The front defenses of ESV Wildfire are about to crumble.
Okay, so looking at builds for Glaurung, it's a little bit different at level 4. He decided to take the trait upgrade, which is every time you auto something, it takes a trait rather than slam. And after this fight, I will explain why that's a bit of a difference. It might not sound too obvious, but we do see Arthlon poking in, Iacona pressing a bit forward.
Nice route there. That's one of the big keys on this map. You talked about Hammer's positioning, but in these little passageways, you throw down one entangling route and you stop everything from getting through there. It's really, really powerful. We see KO getting a little bit aggressive here. The tower goes down, but SMG not going to be pressing too hard.
Okay, we do see Cleanse taken from Yakona Uther. That's, again, has been picking up a ton of steam in the NA scene. Europe has been talking about it for ages now, it seems like, how important Cleanse is, and we've been seeing it time and time again. Of course, Zoya was telling me during one of the breaks that EG and, I'm blanking on the other team's name, but they were both saying that they were running Cleanse, making it look really good. It's, you know, it saves people.
Yeah.
You got that whole 1 second of CC immunity and whatever CCs you have at that time. It removes that for that second. Super important to get people out of sticky situations that they might have found themselves in.
And Cleanse isn't available on that many heroes, so it actually makes, like, yeah, 2 heroes in the game. I think Uther
and Brightwing is the only other one. It's a very rare spell, so of course, anytime Uther's on your team, that's a ton of utility that you have that probably the other team doesn't. Now, Brightwing is a popular hero to take as a support, but not in this case, so...
Yeah, not in this case, indeed. Well, the bottom shrine is going to be capped here for Symbiote Gaming. They're going to get the Knights while they're at it. We saw the top Knights taking 4 ESV Wildfire. And note, they use their bribes, so the Giants are going to constantly get bribed throughout this map.
And of course, SMG did hit level 10 just ahead of Wildfire. They have a good level lead right now. Only interesting heroics taken are Tranquility once again, so I imagine he might try the Ice Block shenanigans again. I'd love to see that in action. And for Wildfire, anything too crazy? Well, both these teams sort of take each other's keeps, or forts rather. No, nothing out of the ordinary. The only point of contention here might have been BFG for Sergeant Hammer, and it chose us to go with Napalm.
Yeah, I don't think BFG will be all too common unless you're on a map like Garden of Terror. If you think the map can go pretty long, BFG level 20 gets really powerful. Ooh, nice.
I could see it being taken on Cursed Hollow because of all the maps in the current meta right now. That's the one that might run the longest, but you need the Napalm Strike just to deal with tributes, and it's a really tight area that you're going to be fighting in, so why not take it, get that utility out of it.
Well, already so much damage here done on this bottom keep of ESV Wildfire.
Yeah, they've done work.
The mercenary push, you know, well out pushing the attempted counter push from Wildfire. And Shocknot going down to stop the Dragonite for just a second, but doesn't matter. No, it does not. Glaurung has become the Dragonite, and they're going to see what they can get done.
I don't like that, actually, thinking back on that.
Wait, using the Shocknot to try to stall?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, if they were in position to continue to contest after that, sure. But the team wasn't anywhere near them. They were being zoned out, and
now you're in a situation where they really can't team fight.
Yeah.
Well, not can't team fight. They're really taking a ton of their DPS down. The thing that's nice about Falstad is the fact that he is so safe.
Oh my goodness, the fly down here on Arthlon immediately popping straight. He's going to be able to do a good amount of damage, but he is going to lose his life. Oh my god, the Ravenous Spirit goes down, and he has to cancel it to secure the kill. KO comes back to help secure that. Falstad almost getting away there. Really nice done teamwork there. Pickle's taking a lot of damage. The Dragonite down to 18 seconds here, and they're going to see if they can get this keep down because it is in fact very low.
Wow, I really like that play. I really like that play of the Falstad flying over. He had such nice map awareness to know that there was no one else down there, but unfortunately SMG wasn't too far behind. They were able to rotate down into that situation. Nazebo popped Ravenous Spirit just to make sure to get that kill. It worked out.
Quick cancel too, though. The quick cancel on it.
Of course.
Yeah, just nicely done. A lot of people would get greedy and try to keep their Ravenous Spirit up. It's like, oh, this thing does so much damage. Why would I want to cancel it?
And really, who else is he going to hit?
Right.
You got to look at the situation and say,
true.
he's the only person I'm going to get the kill on. Better make sure that I get it. No one else is going to walk back in to try and save the Falstad at that point. It's just not going to happen.
Well, these Giants are going to get cleaned up right quick, and on the other half of the map, we see that Symbiote is grabbing more mercenaries here.
They got the lead. Just keep taking that map control. Can't do anything too crazy until they get kills, perhaps out of a team fight. So why not take these Knights? They're probably going to rotate down to Giants. Oh, okay. They're going back up to take the... Okay, so I think that they're sniffing out the play that Wildfire's making. They know that they're heavy presence down bottom. Say we don't really actually need to contest this right now. Perhaps because of the positioning, maybe you'd have everyone funneling in from the top side of that.
Classic SMG counter pushing.
Yes.
They said you're on the other side of the map, forcing them. The Hearthstone are going to do a lot of damage here. We see the Hearthstone's going down for the entire team.
Yeah.
And here they come. They're going to try to defend, but meanwhile, the doors are down, and SMG is just going to back
I really like what they did there. They knew for sure that that keep was going down, or the fort, sorry, up on the top lane. And they said, why waste any time trying to take this?
Oh, the hook goes down with the zombies, and the Ravenous Spirit is in. He's out in plain sight. Iacona dashes forward, but he doesn't actually get the interruption. Saves his Divine Storm. Shocknot did a decent amount of damage, but they are out of position. They don't have have the kind of sustain they need. The hook goes down on Poom,
Wow.
and Poom's going to fall as well. 2 members down here for ESV Wildfire. SMG is pushing down their doorstep.
What happened in that fight is exactly what I was saying on the draft phase. They're putting so much pressure on the Uther to run in. He had to sprint in and use his Hammer of Justice to stun out the Zebo during his Ravenous Spirit. How much health did he have after he pulled that little shenanigan, and all he accomplished was taking out that one heroic? And he had like maybe an eighth of his HP
the damage
left.
was already done. It took him so... I mean, sprint makes you quite fast, but the Ravenous Spirit is, while you're running, you're basically running through it, and it's still ripping apart your teammates. You can't stop to try to heal your team while you're doing it.
He had to blow... As soon as he went up and stunned him, he had to blow every healing cooldown he had to heal himself. He had to put down his shield. He had to put down his wave heal. Everything he had just to heal himself back up so that he didn't die in that situation. Where's the heals for the rest of your team? Oh, they're not there anymore. We have to back up.
Well, all 5 members are here in the bottom lane. They actually got a bit of a jump there on SMG Soldier, headed to pop his sprint and get on out of there. But they'll reposition. They're here as 5, and they're going to go for a hook, getting a minion. No luck there.
Yeah, I was going to say at the start of that fight that the hook, the previous one that was on the top lane bridge there. Oh my gosh, Arvon dashing in, doing a ton of damage.
Oh, the strafe is real. Iacona is going to fall, immediately getting Divine Storm off at his very, very last second. The Maw was down. Wargreym's going to get hooked after the Maw, securing that kill. Pickles will be falling here as well. We have the spray and pray going out. Mims is going to be rip-a-roni and cheese as well, and Boom's going to be the last one alive.
That was a pretty nice hook from Galwarang, I will say, because he was over the grass. He had no vision of that, didn't know which direction he was running, so he had to take a good, educated guess on that one and managed to land it. That secured the kill on Wargreym's Falstad. This should point to the victory. I don't see how it couldn't. There's just no way that Boom can defend against this 5-minute push onto the core. Congratulations to SMG for taking game number 2, which is the series 2-0 over Wildfire. They will advance to the finals. No, semifinals, sorry.
They will advance to the semifinal. Actually, no, it is the finals. This is a
Oh
very
my
small
gosh.
bracket
Yes,
today.
yeah, I forget that.
It's a very, very small bracket. SMG coming in clean in house, incredibly fast. 11 minutes there on Dragonite. 11 minutes and 6 seconds to be exact. Wow.
Once again, one death.
SMG, they lost Kings of the Storm in the grand finals to Cloud9 Maelstrom last week.
Yeah.
And they're just coming in and saying,
They look
get
solid.
out of our way. This is our title.
Yep.
We are the Kings of the Storm.
Can they be stopped?
Can they be stopped? Indeed. I actually see that it looks like the draft for the other semifinal is underway.
That's good.
So
That's good. Things are moving.
So the next match is going to be over on Forecourt Jester stream.
Of course, yes. Guys, go check that out in the downtime that we have here while we wait for the finals to come up. We'll be seeing the winner of that. That's going to be Evil Geniuses versus 2Arc right now, like you said, over on Forecourt Jester stream. What else we got? Anything else?
Oh, we can update the bracket.
Yeah, let's take a look at the bracket.
Let's take a look. I mean, it's a real, like we said, it's a smaller bracket today.
Yep.
We got 2 tournaments happening. A lot of teams are out. Like, we don't got no Glorious today in any tournament. Glorious is kind of out of town. Just CPs. CPs is out of town. So that's why we have Glaurung over here. Mr. Dreadnought out of town as well, but that's not stopping SMG for advancing. We're gonna put them in right here. Symbiote advances to the grand finals, and Wildfire will be dropping out. This is single elimination. Again, guys, this is the last qualifier here for Kings of the Storm number 4. Kings of the Storm number 4 will be next Saturday at 3 p.m.
It's going to be a big one.
It is. It's the last monthly of the year. So the last big Kings of the Storm, the prize pool's bigger.
Yep.
You have to qualify for it. It's not an open tournament. So all the teams that have been qualifying here will be playing.
They will take the top 8 teams from the 3 previous weekly qualifiers going into that. And the other thing I wanted to mention was this is not the last of Wildfire that we'll be seeing today. They will be playing a 3rd place match against whoever loses in the EG versus 2Arc series. So you guys can check that out. I imagine that will be happening at the same time as the finals for this weekly.
Sounds about right to me.
Fun stuff.
And but guys, so go check out Forecourt Jester. It's twitch.tv/Forecourt Jester.
Yep.
They'll be happening over there. We're going to leave the stream up and running, sitting there on the bumper, waiting for our next game. And as soon as...
we'll be watching too.
Oh, we'll be
checking them out, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go sit down on the couch, go to our esports arena to watch the tournament.
We'll hear the beautiful words of Jester and Zoya casting that match.
So enjoy their games. We'll see you guys after that series is done. And hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm sure it will be.
All right, guys. We'll be back.